Hey everybody, so I am back with another flight attendant story or something that goes under my playlist that is called the pushback. If you guys don't know, pushback is a term that is associated with what happens after the aircraft door has closed and the plane is pushed back from the gate and ready to take off. So I like that double entendre because it is a flight attendant or an aviation term, but it is also a term for something that I've done in my own life. I've pushed back against a lot of things that people try to tell me is supposed to be normal for me, being a woman, being a Black woman, being someone who was raised by a narcissistic abuser, being someone who was in several relationships that were abusive in many ways, and being a single mother of 4 children. I have had to and I continue to push back against what the societal norms are supposed to be for someone like me. So that is why I titled that series, The Pushback. So let's get into this story. A friend of mine in one of my groups, shout out to the After Galley, which is a really popular Facebook group for flight attendants, present and past. I saw a couple of posts going around discussing rumors again that the major airlines are going to start getting rid of buddy passes. First of all, I'm going to say off the jump, I am not opposed to this. I am for it because I am sick and tired of people who otherwise wouldn't have anything to do with me, who have never supported anything that I've done, lining up to ask me when they find out that I'm a flight attendant, asking me for travel benefits. So I'm here for it. So as of right now, there is only one major airline that has come out and publicly said that they are phasing out their buddy pass program by 2026. So typically when one major airline does something, whoever the first one is, then typically all the other ones are in conversations and they come out and say the same thing. So the particular airline that I am with has not made a major announcement. I'm going to say right now, I don't speak for any airline, period. I only speak for my brand and my business, which is NLA LLC, and my brand, which is Darling Nikki. So let's just get that out there. I'm not speaking for anyone. But it is confirmed that Delta Airlines has come out as of October of 2024. They said they are phasing out their buddy pass program. And I can say that a lot of the girlies and the flight attendant groups are talking about how other major airlines are having those conversations. So let's talk about what a buddy pass is if you don't know. So for those of you who don't know, a buddy pass is a standby ticket that employees, typically flight attendants, can give to their friends and family. It's supposed to be for friends and family, but sometimes they get passed out or sold. I am not going to confirm or deny that I've ever done that. This is not about me. This is just about what it is. So sometimes strangers or people that may not have been vetted get them as well. But we know that the friends and family, they could be vetted, but you never know what they're going to do when they are not in your presence, which is why I want to go more into this in a second. So buddy passes are tickets you can give out. They are standby and they allow people to fly at a discounted rate. Typically, the fare is absolutely free, and the only thing that person is going to be paying is your any type of additional taxes or other fees. So it's still a very, very low rate. Oftentimes it's nothing. And depending on the airline you're with, those fees come out of the employee's paycheck sometimes, and then you have to trust that person to pay you back. With one or two of the previous airlines, that's the only way that I could do it. That was the only option. It had to come out of my check. So I don't play about my money. So anytime I would do that, you had to pay me up front, buddy. Like, you give me my coins up front, okay? Because we're not playing with my money. But with other airlines that are more advanced, you can kind of put a block on it so it doesn't come out of your check, and you can allow them to go book their flight for themselves, and they can pay their fee for themselves. I think that's how it should be, period, because we are not customers. And that's a whole nother thing. When you are allowing people to get a buddy pass, typically they will keep bugging you, and it's not worth the hassle because we are not customer service agents. So then they want to try to treat you like you're the travel agent, and then you wind up getting roped into all this extra work instead of them just doing what they got to do on their own, calling customer service, booking. It's for me personally, giving people buddy passes is not worth the hassle. It's just not. Here's some other reasons why it's not. So let me go back into the definition. If there are any empty seats available, it can be a great perk for that person because they virtually get to fly for cheap or fly for free or super, super cheap. But there is a catch. The catch is when you give someone a buddy pass, you are not just giving them a free flight, you are risking your job. You earn that position as a flight attendant with, even let's say it's not a major airline, you still will away for maybe 3.5, 4 or 5 weeks. You are away, putting in blood, sweat, and tears, training hard to earn those wings. You earn them free flights for you. Not nobody else. Nobody else put in that work. So they don't value it the way that you're going to value that. And you are risking your job just to give somebody a free perk that they didn't even earn. You have to trust that that guest is going to adhere to all of your particular airline standards. And if you work for a major, it's not just a month. You're talking about 7, 8, 9 weeks of training. So it gets real personal. And those people are going to have to be trusted to adhere to the standards. Dress code, other things, including decorum. Their behavior, all of that is on you. And you're not there to monitor it. And again, that's another hassle that is, to me, not worth it. Because who's trying to be a babysitter to grown people? And you all know a lot of people, especially American people, do not like being told what to do. And I'm not fooling with nobody who doesn't want to follow simple instructions, okay? And who can't act right and be grateful for something they didn't have to pay for. So let's be real. Traveling can bring out the worst in people. It brings out the worst in people's behaviors. And especially when they are flying standby, because people don't, again, I just think that when it comes to following directions, from my experience with people literally all over the world, a lot of my life, Americans are hard-headed. You can't tell them nothing. You cannot teach them much. And so when you try to break down what a buddy pass and all that is, and you want to educate them on it before you give them that privilege, not a right, a privilege, oftentimes they don't care. How many people actually read the fine print about anything? Come on, it's just a part of the culture here. Nobody reads or cares about the fine print. All they care about is the perk and what they're about to purchase and what they're about to get. The problem is the backlash is typically on you, not them. So oftentimes they don't even understand what standby is until they get bumped. So they're like, I paid for this. And then, that's the other thing. Okay, so we'll get there. So let me backtrack a little bit. If you made the unwise choice of selling buddy passes or selling like enrolled friend or selling benefits those privilege for a year, then when that person gets bumped, they're at the gate going off and saying, I paid for this and that. Guess what? Now you're fired because that person just told on you that they paid for something, and that's breaking the rules. But when they're at the gate and they find out there's no seat for them, oftentimes they lose their cool because they didn't care to actually listen to you and allow themselves to be educated about what standby is. It is not a guaranteed seat. They're flying the lowest priority, and it is only if there's a seat available. So it's a lottery. So they may have to wait until the next flight. So, worst case scenario I've seen, it could take them 2 days. So they're going to have to hang out at the airport and get a hotel. It's a risk. And when people don't get what they want, especially in this very selfish and egotistical American culture, when people don't get what they want, they really act out. So when they find out that they can't get a flight and they have to wait hours or days for an available seat, the way that they act and the way that they treat airline staff, guess who's responsible for that? The flight attendant, the person who allowed that privilege. It represents the company and it represents you, because when they are given a pass, they are now considered a part of the company, and everything they do reflects on both. So what happens is you get called into a meeting for anything that they do that is not up to the standard. I'm not risking. I'm not doing it. It could cost you your job. You could at best, you could temporarily lose all of your flight benefits. So let's say you got kids. Now you and your kids can't even fly because somebody that you trusted with the privilege decided to show their ass and just couldn't act right. And mind you, that is very ungrateful. At the worst, you could lose your job behind somebody else's foolishness. So again, it's not worth it. I'm going to tell you a little story about something that happened to me. I had two close relatives go and take a flight. I don't even know where. And they found out at the gate, it was a couple, they found out at the gate that they had to wait, and I guess it took them a day or two. Now, this happened to me twice. The first time, I remember the wife called me. You guys can put two and two together who it was probably, but the wife called me and was like, "Hey babe, for some reason we can't get on this flight. Do you think you can call them?" And I said, "Didn't I tell you guys when I first gave you these privileges, I'm not customer service, don't call me? Everything you know is right there in the app. Don't bother me with this. Whatever they told you at the gate, that's what it is. There's nothing else that I could do for you. Like, I've already done more than what I have to. I don't have to give you this. So no, there's no, if this isn't good enough, then get a private jet. Okay. That's all I can say. Now, I didn't say all that, but I did say, didn't I tell you? Like, I set a boundary and you're already crossing it, because now you're calling me and bothering me when I already told you this is what it is. And they told you at the gate, but you think you can call out a bat signal and somehow get some extra flight that's not scheduled? So I let it slide once because I'm like, okay, maybe they just needed a reminder. So now they know how it is. So again, I don't know, a week or some weeks later, they got bumped on a flight again. And here they go calling me again. And I can hear the husband in the background talking about, do I need to call her on speakerphone? And he's talking cash money stuff because he's upset. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this dude is mad emotional. And everything that you guys saw me go through to get this job, and you're losing your cool about something that something you don't even have to pay for. What they don't know is I did get an email about their behavior, and thank goodness it was a warning shot. But I also got a phone call from another relative who called me and said, hey, I just want you to know that that these two relatives, they just called me talking cash money, SHIT about you and these flight privileges that they got from you, as if, he's King Tut or something, all upset and in a tizzy because they had to wait. So it put me in a position to where I had to cut off flight privileges for two close relatives, and that was hard. That was hard, and that hurt. But the thing is, it's like, you don't care that you could have cost me my job, me and my children, who are very close relatives to you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say who it was. It was my parents. It was my parents. But like, I can't tell you how many flight attendants I've talked to who their mom, their sister, their cousin, some of their best friends really put their job on the line because they decided to come to the airport dressed scandalous, dressed like they don't have any home training, or come back from vacation and show up at the gate and they're drunk. I can't tell you how many flight attendants that I've had these conversations with where their mother, their sister, their so-called best friend, they just forgot. When you're traveling, a lot of times it's like all thought for most travelers goes out the window because all you're thinking about is traveling and letting loose. But them letting loose, drinking a little bit too much, forgetting to put clothes on when they get to the airport or whatever, that all has repercussions, and the only people that have to feel and deal with those repercussions are you, the person who earned the right to fly for free. So for me, you can tell me what your thoughts are in the comments, but for me, I'm really all for this change because I'm tired of people using and abusing stuff that they didn't even earn. And me personally, I'm so sick and tired of people smiling in my face and always trying to cut a deal and asking me for free flights here and there. People who typically just you don't even know my children's middle name. You didn't even, as hard as it was for me to get to where I am right now in my career, none of y'all helped me. You didn't help me with the kids when I needed to get through the training and all the times and all the birthdays of my kids I had to miss and holidays I had to miss and time away from training. It's like you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So why ask me for something you didn't earn and you didn't even help me earn in the first place? That's where I'm at with it. So I'm all for the change. Get rid of the buddy passes. I don't care. I don't care. Because how many of these people can you ask for something for free? Something of significance anyway. So yeah, go ahead. Make the changes and all that money that the airlines are going to get. But if you're going to make that change, the only thing that I want to say about that, as far as the money that they'll be saving, is that money needs to go into our paychecks. Okay? Please pay us what we're worth. How about that part? So I'm signing off. That's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My name is Darling Nikki. I'm a multimedia artist. I'm a mompreneur. I am also an aviation safety professional. And that's that. Also, Femme Freeze. I am the co-founder of a new movement called the Femme Freeze. That's FEMME, FREEZE. You can go to femmefreeze.org or go to my new website, darlingnikki.com. AskDarlingNikki.com, and you can go to the Femme Freeze link on there as well and check out what that's all about. It's for all the girlies. In light of recent developments, if you understand what I'm saying, then that website is for you. We can talk about that more in the next video. All right.